everyone. Welcome back to episode 5 of 98 Dots. Today's episode will be dedicated to all the mothers out there for Mother's Day. My name is Yana.
I'm Deepti. I'm going to ask Yana questions on our relationship, our bond, our growth, the life lessons, and some deeper questions. Yana, first question.
Mhm.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
How was your AP exam?
It was good.
How do you think you did?
Good.
That's not the deeper question I'm asking.
Okay.
What do you think makes our bond special?
I think what makes our bond really special is we have like a very close relationship, and I don't think a lot of people have that kind of relationship like we do. I think it's very close, and like we can tell each other anything and everything.
What's the one thing I do that makes you feel really loved?
One thing that you do that makes me feel loved is when you pick me up from school, you ask me how my day was, and you always give me hugs and you tell me that you appreciate me. So I think that's something.
And I get you bubble tea,
And
we
you give
go
me bubble tea.
shopping, we indulge in sugar together
Yeah.
sometimes. Is that making our bond special?
Not all the boba stuff as much as like the I appreciate yous, but yeah, that's up there.
If you could change one thing about how we communicate, what would that be?
I think one thing, I wouldn't really say there's anything that we don't really communicate that's not like communicated already. I feel like we communicate really well.
Do you think we communicate too much?
Yeah, I think we kind of over communicate in a way.
No, we don't.
Like today I went with my friends and I texted you exactly when I left, where exactly I went. You know, that's usually not what some teenagers would do. So I think that we kind of over communicate in a way.
So is that a good thing or a bad
I think
thing?
it's a really good thing, and I think everyone should do that.
Yeah, because I at least have that peace of mind that you're safe and you're okay, and then I know where you are, and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so can you remember a time when we were really disconnected and what helped us get through it? Or do you think we are disconnected?
Same like the last question. I don't think we're very disconnected.
Because we communicate too much.
We communicate a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the more that you hang out and spend quality time and communicate with your mom and like other parents, I think it's just different.
Yeah, it's different. Okay, so what's one lesson I've taught you that you'll never forget?
Ooh, that one's like hard too, but you've taught me so many lessons. That's why it's hard.
How about something in the recent week? I can think of one.
Yeah, I don't. There's there's just too many.
This past week there was something that happened, but I told you, like, I asked you and Gia to promise me not to do this one thing. Do you remember what that was? No. I said, no matter how hurt you are, don't hurt someone.
No, I don't remember. So you remind me.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If that's what I said, right? If you're ever hurt, don't ever end up hurting someone the same way.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I just thought you had some fancy word for it.
No, I mean
that is one lesson that you tell us repeatedly, and yeah.
Why do I tell you that?
So that we don't hurt someone else, and we're always being kind, and we're always respectful of others.
Yeah. Unless it's physical. If somebody physically hurts you, then it's a different story. Then you come to me.
You'll fight
you. Have you ever seen me struggle, and what did that teach you?
I have seen you struggle.
And what did that teach you?
It taught me that, like, I should always support my mother, because when she's feeling down, I should be the one to help her instead of her always helping herself.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend I'm struggling so you can help me.
Mommy, that is not the point.
I'm kidding. Do you think I'm too hard on myself sometimes?
I do think you're too hard on yourself sometimes.
How so?
Because you work really hard, and sometimes you just think you aren't doing enough, I think. I think sometimes you don't think that you're doing enough, so I think that you are. So.
Oh, really? How do you think I should ease my mind a little bit?
I don't think that's something you should do. I think that's something I should help you with.
How will you help me?
Saying I appreciate you and I love you and giving you a hug if you look down.
And spa days.
All right. Spa days.
It's Mother's Day. I think every mother deserves a spa day.
I guess so. That's true.
Shopping day.
That's true.
Head massages.
That's true.
Haircut appointments.
Yeah.
Nail.
Yeah.
What else?
That's it.
Okay.
I like the stuff
That's
that
enough.
I said better.
That's enough, I guess. What do you think I've had to heal from to be the mom I am today?
Well, you went through a pretty hard divorce, so I think that's something you've had to heal from for sure.
Yeah.
No one heals from that super quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that has helped you grow and heal. So I do think that's something that's that has helped us become closer together.
Yeah, because
be
I can
honest.
I can be very honest about
Yeah.
the way I feel and
Mhm.
and what's going on in my day and why certain things or stress me out or
Mhm.
the kind of conversations that are unnecessary that happen that are not needed. So I
Yeah.
I do kind of
Yeah, and I think it's also different because I spend a lot more time with you.
yeah
Like one on one, because
yeah
I have 3/4 of the time with you.
yeah.
So I think it just built our bond a little bit closer. I've
Mhm.
gotten to know you more, and I think you've grown more from that.
What kind of a mom do you want to be one day?
Can I
And
say it
why?
like you?
Like me? Oh,
It's
that's
Mother's
a
Day.
huge compliment. What? It's Mother's Day. Doesn't mean. I mean, do you really mean that?
Yes, I do mean that. I do mean that.
I like that.
I would say you because you're strong and humorous and funny. And I don't think a lot of people have a mom like you.
So, are you calling me cool? Am I cool?
I guess.
Okay, that's nice. What do you think you've taught me as your mom?
Oh, me have taught you?
Yeah, what have you taught
That's
me?
different. Maybe because it's like because I'm a teenager. I think it's like different.
Me.
Like I've taught you things about like how like teenagers communicate. I guess.
New songs.
Yeah, like new trends, new songs, new everything. I guess I communicate with you about
You've
that.
also taught me patience.
Yes. Oh well, I didn't know about that one.
You've also taught me how you are a mirror of me.
Mirror.
You are.
Uh-huh.
You replicate my childhood. It's kind of scary.
Uh-huh.
It is scary, actually. Do you feel like you're allowed to make mistakes with me?
Yes, I do feel like I can make mistakes with you because you'll help me get through and making sure with making sure that I'm on the right track to not making that mistake again
Or learning?
and learning.
Yeah. It's okay to make mistakes. But
Yeah.
are you like comfortable making mistakes because you know you're
Yes.
gonna
Yes, because I always know that I'm gonna have you as a support system. To help
yeah.
you.
Yeah. How do you feel about the way I balance being your mom and being my own person?
Um, I think that you reflect a lot of what you teach as mom, as being a mom,
Yeah.
through like your personal life. So I think like the lessons that you teach me, I think those are reflected upon like who you're friends with, like how you communicate to other people versus just your children. So I think that you carry that on to like your personal life.
I think this question is more about balance. So like how do I balance being a mom and then being my own individual person? So meaning like do I mom hard when you're with me? Then do I party hard when you're not with me?
Yes, you do tell me that.
do
You do tell me that.
I do.
It's true. She's not lying.
I think that's what this is. So I have a good balance, right? So when I'm with you, I'm with you, solely with you. My
Yeah.
attention is on you.
Yeah.
But then when you're not with me,
So you like kind of have your own personal life.
yeah, I go do my own thing. I take
Yeah.
care of myself.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a woman do you think I am when no one's watching? Oh my God.
When no one is watching, I think you're like a crazy funny, humorous, all those types of things. I think you're very charismatic.
Am I? Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
so you have a big character, I guess.
I do
Yeah.
have a big character.
I think that's what I would say. When you're not around people, I think But I think also when you're not around people, you're also not one to be calm because like you like just being alone. I think a lot.
I do.
So I think you're like very quiet too.
I'm a homebody.
I think you're either quiet or you're very loud and like humorous and like bubbly.
Yes. Oh, bubbly is a good word. I like it. I like bubbly.
Yeah.
I may need some bubbly on Mother's Day. Hey, you said it's Mother's Day episode. I should be able to get some bubbly.
Yeah, but we're talking to people. What are we talking about bubbly?
It's okay. Go have some bubbly.
Are you talking about the sparkling water drink? Bubbly?
No, bubbly is also for champagne.
All right. Just what I thought.
I like champagne, so why not?
Anyway,
now for some deeper questions.
Oh.
Are you ready for some deep, meaningful questions?
Yes, I am ready.
All right. What's one memory of us that will always make you smile no matter what?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Maybe.
You can talk about my dancing. You can talk about my.
Yeah, maybe.
Creepy at night and scaring you.
All right. I think some memories that stick to me. I'm gonna say like maybe two.
Okay.
I think when I graduated from middle school, because that was like a big like turning point for me to like to navigate into high school, and like you helped me a lot with that. I also think starting this podcast and like talking to the youth, and I think that's something that I think we've been really happy with starting, and I think it's something that
good.
I
You'll
enjoy
always
with you.
remember. That's good.
Yeah, I'll always remember this.
When have you felt the most seen and understood by me?
Ooh.
Most
Maybe
seen.
when I'm angry, like, and after like I settle my anger, or I think like once I'm like trying to say something and I feel like no one's hearing me, and then you step in, you're like, oh, I'm hearing you. Like, you're like, tell me, like, oh, yeah, like, you intervene and you're the one that's like, oh, yeah, like, what happened? Like, oh, this, that. I think when you come in and tell me that, like, yeah, like, say what you want to say, then I think that's when I feel seen, because I think you
It's
like
not only
really
hearing you, I'm also seeing you.
yeah, you're also seeing me,
Yeah.
and you're like asking me what's wrong physically. I think that's when you ask what's wrong. I think that's my sign that you're like hearing me and you want to hear what I have to say.
And also making sure that you have a voice. Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a moment when you realized how much I truly love you?
I would hope from the beginning of me being born, but
If I weren't around, what's one thing you'd always carry with you from me? Not my bags, not my perfume, not my
it would
shoes.
not be though. I was thinking about this one earlier.
Yeah.
If there was something that I would carry, it would probably be like a big portrait of you. That way I could like talk to you when you're like gone,
Dead?
and I could like just physically see you, because I think having like a visual of you would be like way better, because it feels like you're with me. So that's why.
So my photo.
Yeah.
So I should leave a really large photo of me.
Like a big photo. Like I could keep on like a wall. I could dedicate a wall to you.
Oh my, thanks. Will I creep you out in the middle of the night and just go?
I hope not. That's why I'm keeping it outside my bedroom.
I can come in. It's my soul.
What?
Something you've always wanted to thank me for, but never said out loud. Ooh, I like this question. I'm waiting for my thank yous.
Something I want to thank you for is always being there for me, like ever since we were small, like me and Gia. I think I really appreciate that. Yeah. You're very kind and you teach us a lot of things that most mothers wouldn't teach their children. And I think the amount of freedom you give us while also like being strict and knowing like what to say and like what to give us, I think that's a good balance that you have. So I think that's something I would think for.
Oh, I like that you said balance again, because then it goes back to
It goes back to the previous questions.
Yeah. Do you feel like I believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself?
Yeah, for sure. Because you're the only other person that tells me that when I don't believe in myself.
So give me an example of what has happened recently when I'm
like in my AP exam, I was like really not confident before going into it, but you were like I believe in you. Like as long as you believe in yourself, you can do good. And
That's
like
right.
you've done good on the previous test, like why not
Mhm.
this one? You can do good in this one. So
Is there something I do that makes you feel safe? And even if I don't talk about it?
um maybe when you're humorous, because it's easier to open up to you, because you're like
Yeah.
you're like a best friend that I'd have at school.
Yeah.
So like I think your humor and like your willingness to talk about anything, like you just come up and ask me. I think that's also funny how open you are with me.
So you feel safe because I'm very
Open
honest and
and on,
open.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. What's your favorite uh way that we spend time together, and why does it matter to you?
Hmm. I'm not saying Boba for this one. Okay.
What do you say?
My favorite
Way of spending time.
way of spending time. Um, I guess going out to dinners with you,
Mm-hmm.
doing boba trips. I'm gonna say that one actually.
Yeah.
When you pick me up from school, cause we like get to like have one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, that would be my top.
Yeah, I guess I would have said
Yeah.
picking me up from school, cause that's like the first thing you ask me is like,
Yeah.
how was your day? What'd you do?
And then we
Like
just
kind
get to talk more until we go pick
Yeah.
your sister. So we
Mhm.
have like that 10,
One-on-one
15
time.
minutes. Yeah.
Mhm.
If our relationship was a song or was a movie, what would it be called and why?
Um, I think our relationship would describe the song "Fearless" because I think it's
By who's
like
that?
it's by Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay.
Um, because I think we don't really have much fear in our relationship, and it's
Yeah.
basically talks about in the song how like you are able to be really comfortable with the other person,
Yeah.
and like you can tell them about anything, like you're not
Mhm.
really afraid of anything, there's nothing holding you back. So I think that's something that is basically describes us basically from the last questions when we talked about our closeness. I think
Yeah.
that's what described it. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, if you had to write me a letter starting with "Dear Mom, I see you," what would you say?
I would say I see you thriving and working hard on your business and in general, as a mom, because you're like always working, always putting in the effort that you need to be putting in, and yeah.
I like that you said thriving because I'm part of a different coaching group that's Rise and Thrive.
I didn't even know that. The
Yeah,
name.
you've been to one of the events, but I guess you didn't know that that's what we're
I didn't
called.
know the name.
Yeah. When you look at me, what do you hope you inherit? Not just physically, but in spirit.
I answered this in the previous questions. Probably humor.
Yeah.
Um, Probably also like your openness and like being honest. So I think when I have children, if I have children, um, maybe like being open like you and honest and showing to my kids like what working hard is like in the real world. Because I don't think a lot of moms do that. Like,
And then like that building that friendship.
yeah, building that friendship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that was always important for me too.
Mhm.
Because I wanted a sister
Mhm.
and I
Yeah,
got
you
two
always said
daughters.
that.
So
Yeah.
I remember I told you this.
Yeah.
And I have two brothers.
Mhm.
And I begged my parents for a sister, but didn't happen. So God gave me two daughters.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever felt my love in silence? Like in the things I do rather than say?
I do feel your love in silence because even when I go to my dad's or like whenever I'm out with my friends, we still feel pretty close because we
Yeah.
communicate
Yeah.
like a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing really holding us back on that. So
Mm-hmm.
I think our communication is what keeps us very close when I'm not with you.
Yeah, which is I hope that continues for
Yeah.
a long time because, you know,
Yeah,
you'll be in
because even
college
when
at
I
some
yeah.
point, then married, then
Mhm.
working, then whatever.
Mhm.
Um, do you think we're healing each other in ways we don't even realize?
Yeah, I think everyone is.
How so?
I think mostly mothers though, because I think you have like a built-in bond from when you first meet your child. So I think that's something that's like from the moment that we're always together, we're always gonna be close. Like it'll always
So it's a
be
healing
there.
bond.
Yeah, it's always a healing bond. It's
Yeah.
always something that's gonna be like your mother is always going to be like your healer in a
Yeah.
way,
In a
built-in
way.
healer.
Because we are also protectors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Protectors of your children.
What would you want to tell your future self about this moment in our relationship?
Hmm. I'd want to tell my future self, like, keep this bond, because
Yeah.
it should last forever. And
It
it's
should
always gonna
last
last
forever.
forever.
Yeah. And I think, and how do we kind of maintain this bond?
Yeah, because this bond right here is good.
No, how? Tell me how.
Oh, through communication. Like if I'm living farther away from you, let's
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
like always keeping in touch, calling you, FaceTiming, texting, and just telling you how much I still care about you, and even visiting you, and even just being with you, like spending time with you, even when I'm older. I think that's gonna be important.
Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
that's something we carry on forever and we'll pass on
Mhm.
to generations.
Mhm.
You'll pass on to your kids. If your kids learn that, they'll pass on to the next generation.
Yeah.
That was my last question, Yana.
Okay.
But is there a special message you want to give to all other moms?
Yeah, I wanted to tell all the other moms that we appreciate you. And, like, even if your children don't say that, they definitely do because you have, like, a strong bond with children. And, yeah, we just appreciate what you give to this world. So make sure you watch previous episodes if you haven't already. Thank you for watching this episode. We hope you stay for more future episodes. Thank you guys for watching.